Hola, muy buenas noches en América Latina y el Caribe. Muy buenos días en China. Desde la Fundación CLEC, Oficina Regional para América Latina y el Caribe, les damos la más cordial, le damos la más cordial bienvenida. Mi nombre es Andrea Mella y soy la coordinadora cultura de la Fundación CLEC. Y hoy tenemos una interesante jornada sobre la cultura de las flores. Antes de comenzar, les recordamos que este webinar está siendo traducido simultáneamente al idioma español, portugués e inglés. Pueden seleccionarlo en la parte inferior de su pantalla. Además, les recordamos que en varios países de América Latina y el Caribe hemos comenzado con el cambio de horario de verano. Por lo tanto, recordarles que cada día, una hora antes de cada sesión, van a recibir un correo electrónico para que no haya confusión con las horas. Los horarios generalmente son 8 de la mañana en horario de Beijing, pero como les decía, van a recibir un recordatorio en su correo electrónico. Como es costumbre, entonces vamos a dar la bienvenida al profesor Meng de Hong, que con sus interesantes clases nos ha iluminado con el maravilloso idioma chino y su relación con este taller que es sobre la cultura agrícola. Bienvenido, profesor Meng.
好的，谢谢梅亚。
Thank you, Maya. Thank you, all the friends. Thank you, all the interpreters. After several days gap, let's come back now. Today, we will talk about a very good, popular topic. It's the flower blossom topic. It's a topic about blossom. We will talk about the flower in Chinese characters. Okay, today, let's start. Let's look at this is the flower in Chinese characters. This hua is flower. These characters we can see it has two radicals. When we talk about a hua flower, Chinese people think all the flower they belongs to the grass. All the flowers is related to the grass. Chinese people use grass radical to refers to all the flower. In fact, it's a thing related to the grass. Second, these characters we pronounce the hua. This character is a hua. This character is a hua. It's first term. These two pronunciations. These two characters, these two pronunciations is similar. So we know in Chinese characters, there is one type of characters. There are two radicals. One is relative with the meaning. One is relative with one is a shape part. One is a sound part. This radical is related to the another part, another radical that's related with the pronunciation. So it's the most important types of Chinese characters. We call it a phonograph. It's one type of the words.
是让我们的好朋友们知道这个汉字它有意义的部分，还有
This
神
type
圣的部分。
so Chinese, we call it a
所
phonogram.
以我们会看到汉字的花
So we can see the flower in Chinese
传来了
characters.
一个重要的
It expresses a very important information.
好有关
It's
系的。
one thing
那么
related
这个
with
草
the
是
grass.
怎么来的呢？
So
这个草是
where
怎么
is
来的
the
呢？
grass
我们来
from?
看一下，
We can look
这
at
个
this.
草
This
它
grass
是由两个部分组成的，
has two radicals.
一个部分就是这样写
One
的，
is like
一个
this,
这个部分就是这样写的，两个部分就变成这个了。
two like
这
this.
个就是草，
This
这个
part
就是
we
草。
call the 草 grass.
那么孟老师，一半儿的这个叫做什么呢？
A
一
half,
半儿的这个叫
what
做
we
彻，
called is
彻
a
的意思
che.
是一根儿
Che, it means
所
one
以
grass.
中国的字典里边，
So in
这个
Chinese
也是
dictionary,
这
we
个字典很
we
久很久以前，
explained.
距离今天已经有2000
This
年了。
dictionary is 2000 years
说
ago.
文解字，
This dictionary we called 说文解字.
它说
It's the most
这个
ancient
彻
dictionary in
是
Chinese
草
history.
不出生，
We
也
call
就
the
是
che
草
is
刚从土地里边
the
长出来的
grass
样子。
was just
那么
born.
刚长出来的时候，它其实就是这样
When
两
the
个
grass
梗儿
just
把
born,
记
it's
住，
like
然
this
后呢
stem
从土里边钻出来了。 钻
from
出
the
来以后，
soil.
两边的这个呢，就
This
是
two
它的
side
叶子，
is
就是它的叶子。
its leaves.
一棵小草，
One
从
grass
土地里边刚刚长
break
出来，
out from the
这
soil
个样子。
with two leaves is like
那
this.
么这个样子后来被我们写成了这个样子，这个就是
So
大家
in the
现在看
later,
到的。
with the development of Chinese
这是
characters,
一棵小
we
草，
write like this.
刚刚
We
在
call the
土
che.
地里边长
It's
出来的
a
样子。
grass was just
那
born.
如果
If
这块土地上
this
不
field
仅有
is
一棵小草，
not only
还有
one
很
grass,
多很多小草，
there
怎么
are
办呢？
so many
这
grasses.
时候我们会看到，
So how to
如
deal
果
with
要
it?
是有
If
很多
there
小草的时候，
are too many grasses,
一棵小草， 两
it's
棵
one,
小草， 这
two,
样的。这个时
and
候
more.
我们会看到，就
You
又
can
变
see
成两
it's
个
it
彻
changed
放到一起了。
into
这
two
个
grass. We
就是
call
这
the
个
che.
草这个字的来源。
It's
那
the
么这个字的意
origin
思就
of
是有
草
很多
grass.
很多的草，
It means
所以呢，它不是一棵
many
草，它是
grasses.
草的总的名字，
It's a general
草
name
的
of a
类
grass.
的名字。
A
啊
general name of
all kinds of the grass 啊 the name
grass.
of all kinds of the grass
Yes,
它
the
就
general
变成
name
了。
of
那你
grass.
说孟老师还有很多很多的草怎么办？如果我
So
又
they
加
also
了
have
一个
to
草
other
啊，又加了一个
grass.
草，
If we plus
这个
one
字呢
grass,
就
these
变成
characters
会
we call the
啊
hui. We
会
call
就
the
是
hui.
所有的草啊，
It's
它
a
的意思
general
是所有
name
的草
of
啊。
grass.
会这个字就是所
These
有的草。
characters is general
你
name
说
of
如果有
grass.
很多很多的草怎么办？
If we have
啊，
many
我们
grasses,
又加了一个草啊，又加
is
了
we
一个
plus
草。
one
那么这个字呢，就
these
念
characters.
莽
We call it
莽原的
mang.
莽。
Mang.
这个莽的意思就是 the grassland 啊
Mang is the grassland.
就是有很多很多很多很多的草的地方。
Many grasses.
所以我们会看到，
So we
我
can
们
know
的最古老的汉字书里边说，彻就
in
是
the
一棵
book
草刚从土地里
che
长
is
出
the
来。
one thing is just
草
was born
就
from
是
soil.
百会也啊，百会
草
就是很
is a
多很多的草，很多
many
很多的草。
grasses.
而
It's a
我
general
们看
name
到
of
的这个
grass.
花，
When we
在很久以
say
前
the
就是写成这个
花
样子了。
花, we wrote like this.
你看到这个
Hoa
就
is
是
a
很久
flower.
很久以前的花朵的花字。
This is a
花
character
的
of 花.
它的意思是什么呢？
It means
那么说文解字告诉我们说，
In
着最
说文
好的
解
字
字,
典告诉我
in
们
this
说，
dictionary,
它就是
it
榕的意
told
思。
us it means
榕就是
容.
blossom，
容 is blossom.
blossom 什么呢？它里边有一个木字，
In it,
木
we
和
have 木.
花有一点点的不一样。
木 is wood.
花是 the blossom of the grass， 但是榕呢，它指的
容
是 the blossom of the trees。
is
花
blossom
是
of the
紫色
trees.
的花，而
Hua
榕
is
呢
the flower of
是
trees.
树的
Rong
花。
is the
所
blossom
以
of trees.
花和榕在
So
汉字里
Hua,
边
between
指
Hua
的
and
是
Rong,
不
it
同的花朵。
refers to different
我再
flowers.
说一下，花指的是 the
I will say it
flowers
again. Hua
of
is
the
flowers of
grasses，
the flower
而
of
榕指
of
的
grass.
是
Rong is
the
the flowers
flowers
of the
of the
trees.
trees。 它们两个有一点点的不同。
It has a little bit
那
different.
么花开放的时候，
When the
我们
flower
看到
blossom is
中
very
国人从
beautiful,
开花当中就
Chinese
看到
people
了
from the
很多东西。
blossom
首
to
先他看到的是什么？
many things.
看
Firstly,
到的是人啊，
we
看到的是人。
from the
因
flower
为
we
花
see is
开
a
放的时候，
people.
他们说是 the glory of the grass and the trees。 那么 the glory of the human being 是什么呢？ The
What is
glory
the glory of a
of the
human
human
being?
being 他们说就叫做荣华富贵。
We called
那么
荣
荣
华
就是
富贵.
the flowers of the trees。
Rong is the
华
flower
是
of the
什么的
trees.
花？
Hua
中
is
华
a
是联
flower.
共和国的华，实际
华
上就是花。
华
花是什么？
中华人民共和国
中华
People's
是
Republic of
grass，
China.
所以荣
Hua
华
is
很
the
有意思。
blossom of the
我们
flower.
认为中国人特别喜欢的一个成语
荣华
叫做
together we call this
荣
idiom.
华
荣
富贵。
华
所
富
以中国
贵
人看到花开的时候，看到的是
refers to
the
the
beauty
rich,
of the blossom，
to the
或者 the glory of the
possessions,
flowers。
the
他
treasures.
们是从花里边看到了
From
神圣的
flower,
光荣。
we
同样，
see the
当一个人
glory of the
特
flower.
别 glory 的时候，
When a
我们说
people
那就
is
是
glory,
富和贵。富
we can
就是
call it a
rich，
富贵. Fu
贵
is
就
rich.
是 get a lot of the power 啊，就是有
贵
权
is a person with a lot of power.
富和贵
So
也是
fu
人
and
的
gui
glory。所以
is the
中国人
people's
说
glory.
花
So
开
Chinese people say
富贵。
花
这
开
这个
富
花
贵. When
是谁
when the flower
开的
blossom, a people can get rich
这个
and
是
with
富
power.
rich， 这个是贵啊，是 value。 所以花开富贵是中国人从花的
花开富贵 is from the flower we
那
can
么
see
这个
the
实际上也是
possession,
中
the
国
treasure,
语
and
言
the
和文
power.
字体现出来的。
As the Chinese language tell
就
us,
是从不
it's
同的东西上
from
能
different
够
things
看到
we
人的影
can
子。
recognize
就
the
说
shadow of the people,
all of the nature is
all of
the
the nature.
shadow of the human being 啊，
Yeah.
就是世界上的一切
All
都
the
是
things
人
in the world is the shadow of the
人的影子。
people, is the
这是
shadow
中
of the
国
human
文
beings.
字里边体
It's
现
the
出来的。
Chinese
中
characters
国
tell
人
us,
从
Chinese
整个
people
世界当中可以
from
看
the
到自己
world,
啊，
we can
这是
recognize
花
ourselves.
和荣。
This is a
那么刚
flower
才我又
and
说
flower from the
一
trees.
个这样的小草
Just now I said
你
one
看
grass
这个图
we
片，
pronounce
它
it
就念
is
彻。
彻.
彻，刚才我
彻
说了，
It
是
means
草木出生的意思。
grass and
也就是
trees
说，
are just
这个
born.
草刚刚
This
在
grass
地里
just
刚刚从泥
was
土
just
当中
born
生
from
长
the
出来的
soil.
就是这个彻。
This is
还有
flower.
两个彻，
Two
白色
彻 we call the
白草。
草.
那么这种草
百草 is
它是
is
非常
hundreds
的
of
所以
grasses.
中国人说
Chinese
草
people,
是植物当中
grass
比较粗贱的啊。所谓的
is
粗
the
贱就是
low
啊，
type,
你
is
不
the
需要
wild
很多的
types
肥料，你也不
of
需要去
all the
管理
plants. You don't need cultivate it, and you don't need protect it. They can grow up by themselves.
那么三个撤放到一起
Three
相位
che together we pronounce is the general name of grass. We pronounce it is hui. You can look at this picture. Too many grasses together. We pronounce it is
所以我
hui.
们会看到，我
Hui,
们平时有一个
the
词语
general
叫
name
做
of
花卉。
grass.
大家现在
Generally, we have one word we called 花卉.
不仅仅指的是花，
花卉
也指的是
not only refers to the flower, it refers to the
放在一
grass. 花卉 means flower and
但是今天
grass general
说
name.
到花卉的
But
会
today we called 花卉.
已经没有卉了。
Many people said 花卉. In today's China, it only means flower.
在发展
It's
过程当中的
it's the change.
或者
It's
说
the
文化
it's the change of the character's development.
一个构成的部分意义，它的意思会慢慢的 disappeared 慢慢的消失了。
中午泡澡，下午才离开。期间泡过移动直接，但无法表示大家团离开后泡洗。
好的，请老师们把您的麦克关一下，谢谢。
Please close your microphone.
好，这位老师，有请您把您的麦克关一下，要不我们都能听得到了啊。好的，谢谢。那么这个呢是各种各样的草的样子。
This is different types grass from one grass to many grasses
所有的草
and to the other grasses.
引申发展的过程。
It's a new meaning of this.
可能已经
So,
发
dear
现
friends, you can know
当中有一
in
种
Chinese characters there is one
文字的方法
types.
one kind of the very important creation of the Chinese characters 有一种很重要的
There's
造
one
汉字的方式，
creation
就是
to create Chinese characters. It's
double 那个 radical， 它可能有 one
use
radical,
the double
two
radical.
three radicals, four radicals， 它有这样的一种创造文字的办法。老师们，你还
So,
记得我们曾
Do
经
you
讲过
remember
我
we
说
already
一个人
taught one
是什么？
person? What is
是什么
one
让一个
person?
老
Do you
师
know what's the
是人
characters?
那两个人是什么？
Two persons, three persons.
两个人是什么？
What is the two persons and what
两
is
个
three
人是
persons together?
是什么字啊？
Two persons is to follow. In Chinese characters,
两个
we
人
pronounce
可以在
it
聊天室打给我哈。
is
两个人是从，那三个
从.
人呢？
Three
三个人
persons
我说是
together, we pronounce it is
people
people together.
university 对吧？是指的 public 是指
The
的
public,
所以大家
the
看
people.
one radical, double radicals, trisom radicals 一个
One
人两个人
Radical, two
三个人
radical, triple radical
这
as
是一
as
个
different
撤
characters.
两个撤三个撤
It's one,
也能
two,
构字
three
也能构字，
together.
这是中
The
国
different
人
characters.
创造汉字
This is
一
the
种非常重要的方法
one type
我们
the
今天看到的
solutions of Chinese people to create
后
the
面我们还会讲
characters.
很多很多的
In the later, we
非
can
常有意思的
have other
好
interesting
这个是草
parts like this. This is 草.
那么汉字里的草
In Chinese characters,
或者说中国人都
Chinese
怎么
people
对待草的呢
how to regard
我要跟大家
the
讲中国
grass?
人把草
Chinese
分
people
成了不
divide
同的
the
部
grass
分
into
一
different
个部分就是能
aspects.
种的草
One is
一
can
个就是
eat,
不能吃的草
another is we cannot eat.
中国人 make the
Chinese
difference
people.
of the grasses. One is for eating, another is cannot be eaten. 中国人把草分
So
成
Chinese people
一
divide
部分可以吃
into
一
two
部分是不
parts.
可以吃
One
不可以吃
as
的草
one can eat,
中国人都不
another
喜欢
cannot eat.
中国人都不喜欢
all the grass we cannot eat. Chinese people, we don't like it. In Chinese characters, with the grass, generally Chinese people don't like it. For example, 草稿 is it's craft. It's not official. For example, another one is the 草民. The 草稿 is a draft, and the 草民 is ordinary people and don't contribute with anyone. Another one, 草, for eating, we divide three respects. One is we already recognize what is grass we can eat. Do you remember what is the vegetables we can eat? What is the grass we can eat? In second, it's one grass that we can drink. So do you remember what the grass is? You can tell us text in the chat room one grass that we can drink.
Which can be drinking 啊，can be drinking。那么那种草是什么呢？叫做什么草？
What the grass is?
叫做什么呀？
It's tea.
茶。
茶。
大家是在问答里回答的。茶，太好了。
Yeah, very good.
能喝的那种草就叫做茶。
This is 茶。
曾经讲过的了哈，我们曾经
Yeah.
讲过的。所以大家看到茶字的上边。
When you see the 茶, the upper radical is a grass radical. So, first one, a grass that we can drink. Another one, the grass we can eat. We call it vegetables. In Chinese pronunciation is 蔬菜. So you can see for Chinese people, no matter we go to any countries, if they have one field, they must plant the vegetables. So your friends in various countries, the Chinese people plant the vegetables or not. In your country, is like this. Chinese people like to eat vegetables, so they plant the vegetables nearby. So it's the Chinese people like to do. So the second grass we can eat, we call it 蔬菜, 蔬菜 vegetables. It's the second. Yeah, you can see it in this PowerPoint. One is 蔬, second is 菜. So 蔬 and 菜, any difference? I will explain in the later. This is a little bit different. 蔬菜 together is a vegetables. The third, another grass that we can eat, we call it the herbs. The herbs, Chinese traditional medicine. Chinese people to cure their disease. In ancient times, Chinese people to cure their disease, their medicine, generally from different herbs. This grass is to cure their diseases. So you have three inventions. One one grass is tea,
的蔬菜
second is vegetables,
第三个是用来治病
the
的这个
third
叶子
is a Chinese traditional medicine,
用来
herbs.
治病的这个药
So the medicine for cure,
上边也有草，
so in the
中
up
国
the
人
radical
就
is
是用
also
此
have this
来
grass.
治病的。
Chinese people use the herbs to cure their diseases.
那么我们会看到啊，
So we can
在
see
中国
if you come to
啊
China,
我们吃 vegetables
when we eat
吃蔬
vegetables,
菜的时候，可能跟别的国家不太一样，
maybe it's different from other
有的
countries.
可能
Other
更多
countries,
草， 有
maybe
些往里
it's
边放一些调料，然后就变成了
maybe
salad
in
变成
other
沙拉
countries you put some
这是
ingredients
生的蔬菜
into salad. It's
在
raw.
很多的国家吃的
In
是生的
various countries,
中国
they
人
eat raw vegetables.
也
But
吃
for
但
Chinese
是呢，为
people,
什
we
么
also
中
eat
国
raw
人一般
vegetables.
把蔬
But
菜要
Chinese
用火
people,
来加工，也就
we
是说
often
火里
use
边
the
吃的
fire
是
to cook.
炒熟了的蔬菜。
Chinese
在上面
people
看到这张图片，
eat
就是
the vegetables
炒熟的一种蔬菜，这个叫做什么菜
already
呢？
fried.
一会儿我再说。这个
So what
菜
is
中
this
国很有
vegetables?
名
It's very popular vegetable in China.
下面的这张图，
Next
下面的这张图
picture
就是用来制作药
is
品的草。
to make the medicines grass.
有一些
This grass,
植物的根
some
茎
is the root and the branches
of
of the grass.
trees or the grass 有一些是这个，也就是说 the medicine
That is
is
to say the
made of
medicine
the trees or the grass in China 在中国
in
all
China.
the medicines are made of the trees or the grass 大家可以看到
So you can see all of the Chinese medicine is made from the grass. This is grass. This is the growth of the grass. It's born from the nature. When it grows up, it have very important process. In this process, you can see this grass just have had small leaves. In Chinese, we call the ni. Also, we call the meng ya. Ya is the bud, the grass bud. Meng ya, it refers to the grass bud. So you can see ni, ya, meng. These three things in the up radical is a 草 radical. It tells us it's the appearance of the grass bud. Meng. Today's Meng in China it have a cute expression we call the this Meng into this Chinese it describes the cute because Meng refers to the grass bud. It's a small and very cute appearance. So today we can see in online world we use it as a popular word. So we call the Meng. So you can now why we use it to express the cute. It's like a cute kiss. When the grass grow up, it can be the father and the mother. This time, we can see the flowers begin. This is a hua flower. In the middle, a thin and long stem we call the jing. Jing is a stem. Xing also have the cross radical in Chinese characters. Another is leaves. Leaves we call the ye. So you can say ye also have the cross radical. This is grass is the process of growing. Firstly, it has a bud we call the nie, meng, ya, and the leaves, and with the stem. And then, at the end of the grass, in the end, it starts to blossom. This is the grass process of growing up. This process, all the process we express all the Chinese characters, all of these words has one important Chinese radical. It's a radical of grass, cha, tea. You can see these characters. The first for time is early tea. We call the tea cha. So the later the tea we call the ming. Some people said the tea bud we call the ming. No matter cha and ming, these two characters have the common radical of the grass radical, have the same radical, the grass radical. This is the process of a grass. Just now we said there's another vegetables for eating we call the shu. So shu cai. What is the difference between shu and cai? Shu, it refers to it refers to the different vegetables for eating. Cai is the detailed vegetables. Shu, it's the general name of grass and vegetables we can eat. Shu is the vegetables that we can eat. The similar pronunciation has another characters. In Chinese, we call it ru. One is shu, another is ru. The pronunciation sounds very similar. Chinese, you should know, if in Chinese characters, the pronunciation is similar, their meaning also have some relations. That is to say,
the meaning, the semantic of them is relative with each other. 也就是说,
that is to say, in Chinese, if the two words pronunciation is similar, then their meaning generally have the relations. So one we pronounce it shu, another pronounce it ru. The pronunciations sounds similar. So all the vegetables we can eat, we pronounce it shu. When we eat vegetables, its action we call the ru. When we eat this action we call the ru. Ru is to eat vegetables. Ru is to eat vegetables. But later, with the development of the words, ru is not only to refers to the eat vegetables, to eat everything. To eat everything we call the ru. For example, 茹毛饮血, ru is to eat. In long time ago, people eat the animal's liver and drink the blood of the animals. It's the uncultured and non-civilization world. 茹 refers to eat. It's eat raw meat. It's a little bit dirty without cooking. Long time ago, their longevity is short because the raw meat has many diseases. When you eat it, it's harmful for your health. So long time ago, the people's longevity is very short. So shu, this word in the up is a grass radical. It's under the pronunciation is the same. We pronounce is a shu. So we found it. These characters it's also a phenogram. One is the meaning radical, one is the sound radical. So this character is created from sound radical. This word is also a phenogram. Grass is related with grass. Shu, this radical, it shows the sounds radical.
It's one very important creation of the words.
We call it a phonogram.
Another radical is relative with the meaning.
So
meaning plus the sound
meaning with the sound together to create one Chinese characters, Chinese word. It's a very important solution to create the Chinese characters. We call it a phonogram. 95% Chinese characters created use this method. We call the phonogram. One part of radical is related with the meaning. One part of the radical is related with the sound. The sound and meaning together, it tells us what the character is. This part is important. You can use some specific Chinese characters. You can know the secrets of the creation of the Chinese because phonogram is occupied with 95% in Chinese characters. So shu, what's the meaning of shu? You can see. Shu, it means is sick. Shu is uncareful. Why Chinese people use the vegetables can eat? We call the 蔬菜. It grows rapidly. So these vegetables we call it 蔬菜. In the right picture, you can see all these things we call the 蔬菜 vegetables. All of this you often eat it. Potato, carrots, tomato,
还有这个 garlic 等等
garlic.
这些都是中文里边所说到的蔬菜。而我们
These
不说
all
菜
as
的
a
时候，大家可以
vegetables
看一下，就是第一张图片，你只要把种子撒进
and
去，
chili.
管它，这些菜就自己长出来了，非常非常好管。
You don't need
那么在
cultivate
这
it.
个
You
故事
just
里讲，
plant
我
all the
们说
seeds. It's okay.
菜就叫
So
做蔬
we
菜了，啊，叫做
put
蔬
all
菜。
the vegetables. We
那
call
么
it
蔬菜的
蔬菜.
菜是什么意思呢？
So
大家
what
看
is the 菜?
蔬
You
菜
can
的
say
里边
菜
也是有草，
with the
还有籽
grass
菜
radical and
组
another
在一起
radical we
构
call
成
it
的。
菜.
那么
It's
这个
together
实际
these
上也是一
characters.
个形声字。
Actually,
草
this
is relative with the meaning
is
of
the
菜。And the
phonogram.
菜啊，这个
菜
is
菜
relative with the sound of 菜。
菜 is the sound part, sound radical. Grass
而这个
radical is
菜
the mini
is the
radical.
third tone. 它们之间 the sound is the same. The difference is only the tone. 所以你会看到
So you
菜
can
的
see
字也是一个形声字，
this is a
也是一个
phonogram.
形声字。那么彩这个 sound of the radical 彩
菜
什么
this
意思呢？
sound part, what is the meaning?
我们来看一下，
You can see
右边我们看到
in the right
中
picture,
间的这个字
in the
就是
middle, this
grass，
character
然
is
后
grass.
呢上面就是 the apple，
This
啊，
is
其实是个
apple.
fruit 啊，the fruit 就是水果，它已经长出了水果了。所以大家看一下，
So you
很
can
有
see
很有以前的甲骨文里边，其实就是这个字。
in
是一棵树上
oracle,
结出了果子，
a tree
所以
with
这个
one
是指
fruit
果实的
we call the
果，
guo. Guo is a fruit.
然后我们会看到，这
And
个
you
叫
can
果
see
实的这个字的上面伸出了一只手，
guo with a
从上往下
hand
伸出来的一只手。
from up to
这个
down with a
作为
head.
一个动作
This
as a verb
action,
is mean to take, to catch, to get， 这个字就念抓。
this word we pronounce it 抓.
啊，就是去
Draw
抓
is a
它
grab,
是
is
从上往
catch.
下伸出来的一只手。我们会看到
But
很
you
多
can
的
see
鸟，
many
它们
birds
在获取食物的时候，
when they
都是
get
使用
the
那个
food,
手
they use
to
its
catch, to catch, to get 这样的动作。
hand to catch
因
it.
此，那个
So
鸟的手，
when
中
the
国人
bird's
叫做爪
hand,
子，
we call
这
it
个字。
抓.
因为鸟它们去获取食物的时候，
When the
是从
birds
上
to
向
get
下
the
伸出来的
fruit
一只手。
from
因此
up to down,
鸟的手，我们中国人管
so
叫做爪子，
the
就是
bird's
这么
hands we
啊。
pronounce
All
it
kinds of the
抓.
hands of the birds we called in China 爪子啊，爪子啊，这是这个爪。哎，孟老师，原
So
来的这只手应该是人的手，现在你开始说这是鸟的手了。那原
this
来的
is
人
the
怎么
bird's
说
hands.
也人的
So
手
why the
人的
people's
手
hands?
我们就把它念成爪啊，就
The
叫这个
people's
爪。
hands we
这
pronounce
是
it
用
爪.
声音的很
We
小
use
的变
the
化来
change of the
表
sound
发跟
to
鸟的
express
手
the
其实
difference
一般
with
与
the
文
bird's
有关
hand.
又不同。
It
那
has
么
some
这个
relations,
动
also
作
it
是
has some
通过
differences.
语音的微调
So
来表
from
示
the
这些词语之间
adjusting
互
with
相
the
有关联，不
pronunciations
一样。
to
而在这个
express
世界
the
中
relations
的文
and
字
the
当中
differences.
都是一样的啊，他们用的都是一样的办法。For example, in English 啊，比如说在英语当中，这个叫做
In English,
这个
this
叫
is
做
a 5.
finger，
This
这
is a
个叫
finger.
做
This is a
fist。
fist.
Five finger fist， 其实你会看到 five finger fist，five finger fist， 他们都用到了一个这样的音。
They use the
那
same
么这个短
pronunciation, F.
它们之间 is relative with each other in the semantics 啊，在语义上是相
So
关联
in
的。
the meaning, they
其
have
实
the
还有一
relations.
个 difference of the sound，
A little difference
they
with the
may
sound.
share that the difference of the meaning 啊，也就是他们这个声音又不完全相同，
They're not
所以
the
他们还
same.
有
they have the difference. So you can know 采 from up to down with a hand to grab the fruit. So this word, it means to catch the fruit, to grab the fruit. It's 采, it's called, so we use it to the vegetables, you can find it. This sound radical. It's not only
Chinese characters, but also provide the meaning. 但是这个 meaning,
but this meaning
这个 meaning
and
有
the
一点不一样。
another meaning is a little bit different.
这个 meaning
Grass
叫
radical
显性的意义，而这个采它所提供的意义，我们叫做隐性的意义啊。如果
grass radical is obvious,
才能看到
and another
如果你不了解汉字
is invisible. Another radical is invisible meaning.
亲爱的各位老师
So
亲爱的各位好朋友，大家要对汉字有一点了解。
So you have you should know the Chinese characters. So you will know the secrets of the Chinese characters. So the characters was hidden in the characters.
好，下面我们看一下这个菜和这个采是怎么来的。
Use a hand to catch the fruit. So in oracle, it means catch, grab. With the development, it's 经文转. No big changes, but in Li and Kai article, this has two pronunciations. One is 采, third tones. Another is 菜, is fourth tones. When you pronounce first tone, it's the house of the high level people. Use hands to catch, grab the fruit. These characters to express all the vegetables can eat, that we can catch it. So different vegetables has different types. There are 5. Their taste is very thick. We call this 5 types. We call the 五荤, 5荤, 荤. This 荤, it means the thick taste. It's the thick taste vegetables. For example, 葱, 葱 is shallot. 葱, shallot. The taste is very thick. Chinese people cook food like use to shallot. Another is a 蒜. 蒜 is garlic. So you know 蒜as a thick taste. Another is 韭. 韭菜. 韭菜 is Chinese chives. It's a one type of food the Chinese people like. We use 韭菜 to make dumplings.
Especially in the new year, to celebrate the new year, when Chinese make the Chinese dumplings, they will use this kind of the vegetables, 韭菜. Why? 为什么呢？因为
韭菜 Chinese chives. 韭 this sound 韭. This sounds like another word 长久. 长久 is a forever, long life. And it means
wishes
everlasting,
for all the people, especially in the new
permanent.
year,
It's the best wishes for the new year. So when you eat this,
you a happy new year, and I wish you live long, long, long live. 我希望你能够活得很久。所以这个
I hope you
祝福
have a
很
long
很
longevity.
还有
So
很多很
this
多
kind of the
我
vegetables
们
the Chinese
就不
people
不
very
不
like.
不
There are so many other
同
types.
学们要知道的
We
有
don't
一个是
say
韭
it.
菜的韭，
First one is 韭菜, Chinese chives. Chinese people, why Chinese people like it as a Chinese
大
chives?
家来到中国的时候，
When you come to China,
如果中
when
国人请
the
你
Spring
吃
Festival, when Chinese people invite you to
而这个
eat,
酒啊
maybe has a
很有
dumplings.
韭菜做的
Maybe the dumplings is made from the
大家看到
Chinese
这个韭
chives.
菜的饺子的
When
时
you
候，
eat the Chinese
不要
chives,
只是去觉得说哇 it's so delicious
it's not only the delicious, it's a good wishes.
but also provide one best wish for you 就是 I wish you long live I wish you long live 它有一种
It's a good
非常
wishes.
祝愿在里边这是韭菜的韭
So this is the 韭菜,
我
Chinese
给你们说
chives.
一下葱
Another one is 葱. 葱 is a shallot. Also, we can call it the Chinese onion. We call it 葱.
学过汉语这个葱
This
就是
葱,
smart clever 的意思
it sounds like smart.
这个聪明的聪
This 葱 and another word 葱 smart.
是为什么
In Chinese,
the smart
we pronounce it the same.
为什么大葱的葱
Why the shallot with the smart, the sound is the same. So I will explain to you. Chinese Union, this shallot inside
这个葱它有中间是空的这样的意思
inside is blank.
中间是空的
Another is empty. Another one is a
你会到
chimney. Also, it's a
空的
empty.
所以烟囱
Inside is
在
empty.
汉语里边
So
读作葱
this also pronounced
那么
chong.
人为什么也说它是聪明
Why we describe people smart? Also, we use 葱
是空的吗
because
中间 is empty
in your brain is empty.
是的你看到了吗
Yes.
中文里的葱
In
它
Chinese,
下边是从耳朵的
the left is R. R is your ear.
聪明
Your ear is empty. You must
有了耳朵眼儿以后
smart
呢这个耳朵
because
起作用
your
你
ear
听
inside
到
is
很多
empty.
的声音
You
你
can
能够接
hear
收
many
很多很多的
voices.
意见
You can accept different
If the ear
advices.
is empty, you can hear all kind of the songs, and you can get and achieve all the suggestion and advice. So that makes that express that you are smart. You can you can receive you can receive all the suggestion and advice 耳朵如果是空的，就意味
If your
着
ear is empty,
为什么你
it
很聪
means
明
you
在
are
这个
smart.
地方
Why?
能够工作
Because
就
you
意味着
can use your
你
ear
能接
to
受别
hear
人的
and
意见
accept
你
different
能接
advices.
受别人的建
You
议
can
这
accept
一
other
类人
suggestions.
说就是 smart 就是
This
聪明
type person is
所
smart
以你
person.
会看到
So you
字
can
典
see
当中
in
事
Chinese,
实上每一个词和这个
actually,
词之间
every
它的意义都是不一
characters
样的
have
所以
the
我说
relations with other.
Chinese uni 大葱就是 inside is empty 它的中间是空的而聪明
Inside is empty.
就是你的耳朵
聪
中间是空的
Smart.
你能
Your
够接
ear
受
inside is empty. You can accept
别人的
others'
意见和建议
advices and
所以我们
suggestions.
看到
So you
字
can
典
see
当中的花
in
花草
Chinese,
草实际上
all the
都
grass
是
and the flowers.
对我们中国人有没有意义的这个方面，在汉字当中
Let's have the meaning for Chinese in the
那么
Chinese
我今
characters.
天我的
So
时间已
today,
经到了哈我的时间已经到了
time
我
is
要给大家留一个
and
homework我
I
要
will leave a homework to you.
去
Please,
找
you can find, you can look
都
for,
是一些什么样的
you can look for the vegetables that the Chinese people like to eat.
什么样的蔬菜
What is the vegetables that the Chinese people like to eat?
好
what is the grasses that Chinese people like to eat. So what's the name of the Chinese of all the grass that we eat? When you know the name, when you come to China, Mr. Meng will invite you to eat. You can order the vegetables. For example, the one is 芹菜, celery, 白菜, Chinese cabbage, eggplant. So only one homework. Chinese people eating the vegetables. So today my introduction. That's all. In the last, I will sing a Chinese song for you, a flowers song. This flower is a jasmine. So I will sing this song for you, and we can finish it.
What beautiful the jasmine is 这首歌的名字叫做好一朵
What a beautiful jasmine is.
What a beautiful jasmine it is 好一朵美丽的茉莉花。好一朵美丽的茉莉花，好一朵美丽的茉莉花，芬芳美丽满枝桠，又香又白人人夸。让我来将你摘下，送给别人家。茉莉花呀，茉莉花，好一朵美丽的茉莉花，好一朵美丽的茉莉花，芬芳美丽满枝桠，又香又白人人夸。让我来将你摘下，送给别人家。茉莉花呀，茉莉花。好的，那我们今天的
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see you tomorrow. Please welcome another two teachers.
Muchísimas gracias, profesor, por la
谢谢。
presentación. Estuvo muy interesante y la canción al final estuvo genial. Desde ya los invito a todos a buscar esta canción. Es una de las canciones que todos los que estudiamos chino en algún momento la aprendimos, así que también es una excelente oportunidad de practicar lo que vimos hoy y practicar el idioma chino. 谢谢老师。
Thank you so much.
我们把时间交还给陈老师了啊，陈老师已经来了。好，陈老师啊，有请。好，再见，大家。
Voy a presentar a continuación entonces a la profesora Chong mientras prepara su presentación del día de hoy. Ella es profesora, doctora y supervisora de doctorado de la Escuela de Horticultura de la Universidad de Agricultura del Sur de China. Es directora de la Asociación
the South China Agriculture University doctor and doctoral supervisor.
de Horticultura de China, jefa editora del libro El arte de flores prensadas en el 11º Plan Quinquenal para la Educación Superior del Ministerio de Educación. También es profesora del curso La Base del Arte de Flores Prensadas, responsable del curso en línea de alta calidad nacional El Arte de Flores Prensadas, columnista para la revista Arte Floral y China Flower Gathering News, y sus obras han ganado premios en concursos nacionales e internacionales. Fue ganadora del segundo lugar del premio al logro docente de la provincia de Guangdong. Fue elegida como una de los 10 profesores más queridos de la UASCH y la mejor profesora de la USCH en el año 2020. Ha presidido más de 20 proyectos de investigación científica en la Fundación Nacional de Ciencias Naturales de China y ha publicado más de 20 artículos de CII. Ha sido Finalmente, galardonada junto a sus alumnos a nivel nacional e internacional, su arte ha sido tema de reportajes de la China Flower and Gardening News, South China Morning Post, CCTV, la televisión central de China, Guangdong Television y otros medios. Así que le damos sin más la cordial bienvenida a la profesora Chung para su presentación del día de hoy. 开始，谢谢。
Okay, now let's start. Thank you. It's very happy here to share the pressed flower art. Now I will introduce what is the pressed flower art. I will from the several respects to introduce. We can use the plants to make other things. I will introduce from this. First one, what is the pressed flower? Another is the characteristics, the function and the meaning, and the origin, and the history, and the situation, and the category, and how to learn pressed flower art. Firstly, I will introduce what is the pressed flower. So what is the pressed flower? Many people in your book, in your textbook, you will find one flower. Actually, this is the original of the pressed flower. From which dynasty, from this to the pressed flower, we don't know it. This is the genuine pressed flower. You can see the color and the shapes. You use the professional tools to press it. Use the plant in scientific skills to dry and to flat it. It's a pressed flower. Using special tools to break down fresh plants and press them with a series of scientific treatments, such as dehydration and color retention. This process we call the pressed flower. So pressed flower is both a verb and a noun. Generally, you can see the flower. Many flowers we can pick it. We pick the plants, use the tools. From the scientific solution, we can get the pressed flower. First one is microwave pressed plant plate. Another is dry plate. Different flower and different leaves. We can get different materials. All the plants used for pressed flower. All the plants we can use for the pressed flowers. First one, all these plants it's the good material for pressed flowers. Also, all the fallen leaves in autumn, also you can use it to make the pressed flower. And we can put the new flowers on the absorbent paper after decomposition. So what is the pressed flower art? Use the pressed plant as a raw material for creation, according to texture, shape, and color to design and execute ornamental and practical pressed plants arts. This pressed arts is based on pressed to plant the art products. We use the flower as the color to make it. One is for appreciation, another for using. We can use the pressed flowers related with the things that we can use. We can use the pressed flowers to decorate, to make our life full of the colorful. This is some picture of pressed flower. We can use a bunch of the flower. We can use for the picture. We can use other design. This is Irish legend. In 2007 Philadelphia Flower Show, I got the first place. In this picture, you can see the stem. In the forest, this is the tree. It's a tree skin. It's use the waste to use it. Another one is a wreath. In 2005, in worldwide pressed flower guild, I got the first place. This is a bride. In Korea, I got the gold medal. This is the dress and makeup. Also in Korea, I got the gold medal. You can see the clothes. It's one type of the flower. We use a flower to make it. We make a full use of the flower to make this. We use the material of its shape to make it. And you can see the hair is very thin. Actually, we use is the rose, and some is the hair of the corn. So the organs, what do we make it? Actually, use the flower. So it's detailing. So you can see the loss and search. In 2015, I got the gold medal in Korea. In this picture, we make full use of the cherry blossom, South Africa cherry blossom to make it. Also, you can make this China's traditional painting. In international horticulture exhibitions, I got the silver medal. This is in 2013, it called In the Mist Mountain. I got the second medal, silver medal. It's our team's. This is golden face. In Korea, we got the medal. In this picture, you can see we use the lotus, white lotus. You can see the white lotus. In the picture, these two plants is a it's a type of plant in Yunnan province. Also, you can make it as the pattern pressed flower. Also, this other picture is the gold medal. It's in Tibet, Potala Palace. It's the director of the world pressed art. In this picture, we make full use of the flower to the sky, to the waves. This is a rabbit and a monkey. It's a dream garden. It's a harmonious world. So some pressed flower supplies. You can press the flower, bookmarks, and cards. This is bookmarks and cards. Also, we can make some other things. It's pressed flower notebooks and fans. It's accessories and jewelries. It's a mirror of pressed flower. It's a cup of pressed flower. It's the refrigerator sticker of pressed flower. It's a signal mark to welcome. It's a clock. All in all, we can use the pressed flowers to make different things in our daily life. So the characteristics of pressed flowers art. So the process of the pressed flowers has scientific and artistic. Your picture in which conditions you can protect it for a long time. In pressed arts, we have some scientific. So it has scientific and artistic. It melts science and art. It's ornamental and practical. It returns to the nature. Also, it's elegant and easy to blend into public. For example, it's an entertainment for the glory. So now into the public, everyone can make the pressed. The end is a timeliness. How to make the scientific tools can prolong its life. So simply, the plants, we can use it to make the beautiful pressed flowers. It's easy to find it. The function and the meaning of pressed flower arts. First one is a good textbook for quality education. Another is decoration and beautifying life. Another is life skills. First one is quality education. For pressed arts, when you learn the pressed arts, it can improve your scientific and artistic quality. It can cultivate students' morality and sentiment, make you feel more happy to enjoy your life. So in our university, high school, middle school, we have the pressed arts education. It's our university's pressed arts classroom. Many pressed arts is to animate our structure to make this. We have 200 acres, have different classrooms. This is a laboratory of pressed arts. It's we have different types of the class. When you come to our horticulture school, you can learn of the pressed arts. When they come to our school, they can feel what is the pressed arts is. So you can see all of the bookmarks have their own imagination. They have a different imaginations with cartoon, with animal, with star, with house, and many types. So press the flower is to create your art potentials. So you will find you also is a artist. It's my student come to our classroom the first time to make the pressed art. It's full of creation. This a man to create himself. You can see the bookmarks. Is to create their idols. This is a Japanese high school core to come to our house. It's in Beijing Forestry University. In Guangzhou Labor Hall. Second is decorating the environment and beautifying life. We can make some pressed arts in your work and in your house. It's a good decorating things. Now you can see it's a 5-star hotel. It's a pressed arts world. It's a Shangri-La hotels. It has 6 meter to 8 meters wide. You can see the right picture is the part of the world. It has many pressed arts picture. So in your daily life, maybe you also can see the pressed picture. This is one movie. It's begin again. Also, it's a life skills. It's like painting, calligraphy, music, dance. It's the same as it's a life skills to enrich our lives. This is the white color to learning press the picture. It's pressed flower therapy. From pressed flower can anti some diseases and some ills. In 2010 in Korea, I joined a disabled pressed flower exhibition. It's our association, America, our respecters in Los Angeles, one exhibition, she can come to by herself and exhibit their pressed flower. As an extension of the flower industry chain, can adding the value of flowers. One leaves is valueless, but make it into the pressed flower, it becomes more valuable. It can make the flower become more valuable. Also, it's a green fashion sunrise industry. It's young industry. Most of the people don't know what is a pressed flower is. With the development 20 years ago, no one knows the pressed flowers. Now more and more people know the pressed flower. To provide a new way for enterprise management and increasing farmers' income. This is a exhibition in Guangdong province an exhibition. In this exhibition, the governor have a cordial exchange with teacher at Guangdong Agriculture Expo. It's carrying forward to the traditional Chinese culture. I will briefly introduce the situation of pressed flowers. So now, pressed flower, we can use the pressed flower into different respects. The main form pressed flowers are of. First one, for teaching in China, is the biggest of teaching. Another is research. Third is art. So pressed flower, same as the painting, it's easy to study. Also, it can in high level for the arts. Another first for the wedding. The fifth is a large-scale exhibition. It's a pure commercial. So firstly, let's talk about the teaching. About the teaching, we have the school teaching. Actually, as the school teaching is the biggest scale in China. In the world, it's also a unique park. Other countries, the few countries use the pressed flower into the university teaching. Another is training. The third is popular science education. The last is experience courses to feel what the pressed flower is. The types of pressed flower art courses in university is a major compulsory courses or major elective courses or public elective courses. Everyone can learn it. Another is agriculture training. Now in China, many people study the agriculture. It's one type of the subject. Some universities use the pressed art into the design, some hand manufacture, handicraft. Up to now, all the university with the pressed flower in China, more than 200 universities. Many universities have the pressed flower major. Expressed the bachelor and the vocational college. Around the China, we have the pressed flower. This is Shanghai Jiao Tong University students. It's Sichuan Agricultural University students learn to pressed. It's Chongqing College of Arts and Sciences, Beijing Vocational College of Agriculture, Guangdong Ecological Engineering Vocational College. This is the school education. Another one is training. It's two teacher and professional training. In China, all the schools the teacher professional training. Also, another is enthusiast training. For example, some boss of the flower shop, they want to use the pressed flower into their industry. They want to find the one types of the entertainment to train. Another one is enterprise staff's skill improvement training. Some experience activities. In the world, various types of personal flower training. This picture is in Japan. In some old people hospital, this is the pressed flower branch of Chinese Horticulture Society. This is the pressed flower teacher. It's all the teachers to make it, to provide their pictures. It's our picture for advanced training. It's our membership also make some experience activities and do some products. For example, this is a pressed flower candle. Use the fresh flower with the candle as a present. It sells more than 200 yuan in China. It's popular. It's in Guangzhou City. It's the staff's training in Guangzhou. It's China South Asian line for other staffs to experience the pressed flower. So maybe you cannot imagine. From this lesson, for all these stuffs, they can do it better. We also do some activities for children. Maybe go to some forest to catch some plants, use these plants to make it a pressed flower. This activity is very popular between the children and the parents. For the young parents, they treat their children very carefully. They take their friends to some experience activities. For the research, we can do many things. For example, first is breeding new flower varieties suitable for pressed flowers. Not every plant can be the pressed flowers. It has some scientific skills to make the pressed flowers. For the research, we need to choose the suitable flowers. We need to choose the suitable flowers. Next is research on technology. Not all the plants you can make it into high quality pressed plants. You must use a high quality flower. You can use it to make money. And you can develop the new pressed flower tools. You don't need to spend more time to make the pressed flowers. Another is a preservation technology of flower materials and works. These skills is a big difficulty for all the experts. In which condition it cannot change the color. Last one is pressed flower therapy. This from the through the pressed flower to deal with some diseases. For the pressed flower therapy, I have some postgraduate. We have two projects. First one is for For mentally retarded children, we can use flower therapy for some mentally retarded children to solve it. It's help for these children. Another one is for the university students' for the mental health, improve the university students' mental health. Third is for the art. Pressed flower is like a painting, like a music. Most people, if you like the painting, the music, if it's easy. When you start is a pressed flower, it's also very easy. But if you want to be the high quality, it's difficult. So you can see this picture, it's called Summer Garden. This picture, it's the director of kids in 2014 in the international art competition. It's excellent prize. You can see it's make full use of the color of the plants, different color, different plants to use it to make it with bright and shadow. So it's thick and light shadow to make it. We make full use of the color of the plants to design this picture. This picture is also from Kate Chu. It's peaceful bamboo. It's also in a competition, got the gold medal. In this picture, you can see it's make full use of the Chinese traditional painting. The fourth is for the wedding business. In American, in British, in Japan, Korea, have these wedding business companies. Some pressed flower company for the wedding business. First one is wedding invitations. Use the pressed flower. Another one is bridal bouquet at the wedding. Use the pressed flowers to make the bridal bouquet as a memory. Another one is use the pressed flowers to decorate on wedding photos. This is the use the pressed flowers to design the wedding invitations. These invitations use the flower and the leaves to design. It's marked the date, the name of a bride and bridegroom, and the church name, the church address. This design, when we get this invitation, we need to preserve it. It's very delicate. It's taste from the nature. Every one is different. In these two pictures, you can see a bridal bouquet. Make it as a picture. To make it as a flower, the pressed flower company make it to a wedding picture. In China, some company do this business in Chengdu. there is a student to make it. In Chinese, 520 is alive. For example, if we to make this one picture, it'll cost 5,200 yuan. In this picture, you can see the bride bucket to make it to the pressed flower. Another type use pressed flower to decorate the wedding photo. Another type is for the bridal makeup. Use the pressed flower to make up. In her body, we use the pressed flower like tattoo. These decorations it's more natural than you wearing rings or necklace. It's unforgettable. Last one is a large-scale exhibition. We have different types of pressed flower exhibition. We join so many professional exhibition. This is worldwide pressed flowers guild. In 2010, in China, in South China Agriculture University, it's one seminar and a competition of pressed flower. This one picture of the exhibition. It's in Philadelphia pressed plants exhibition. It's Brazil pressed flower exhibition. I don't know if any students from the Brazil. In Brazil, there is one alliance called Pressed Flowers. They have the Pressed Flowers exhibition. There are several Chinese experts came to Brazil to join this exhibition. Brazil has excellent pressed flowers. It's a Korea pressed flower exhibition. In Korea, because the government pay more attention to the development of the pressed flower, they support the research exhibition and many types of pressed flower. Now you can see this exhibition is annual. It's a big exhibition from around the world pictures. You can join this competition. You exhibit for 1 year. The second year, if I have the new products, it will give back to the authors. This is the China Horticultural Science Alliance. This is the China International Plant Expo. As I have other types of exhibition, it's not a very professional pressed flowers exhibition. Also, we have pressed flowers can join other horticulture exhibition. It's a Guangzhou International Tourism Exhibition for Shaoguan University. They use the pressed flower picture to join this exhibition. It's International Handicraft Exhibition in Zhengzhou. As have various creative projects. They create some commercial activities. This is one type in Guangzhou CITC Plaza. The creative entrepreneurship market. It's the Guangzhou Academy Arts. It's a plant art exhibition. They sell all the products. Now you can say it's very easy to make it. As the pure business conduct, since the 1990s, in China, some pressed flower companies have developed pressed flower farms in Guangdong, Yunnan, Fujian, Sichuan province, and other places. They plant the flowers and sell the flowers. They sell the materials. They sell the raw materials to export. In 1990s, China's materials product export to the world. This is some commercial products. It's a Canadian pressed flower brooch. It's expensive. And everyone is different because every flower is different. Its design is different. It's a Singapore real flower kitchen. It's used orchid to make it. It's the brooch. In China, in some tourist city, for example, Sanxia, Tibet, Yellow Mountain, we will often find it some pressed flower products to sell. For example, in Suzhou, for example, is the phone cases, the jewelries, the bookmarks, and the notebook, all the products made from the pressed flower. This in Korea, in Seoul, is embossed coffee bar of pressed flower. It's in the right picture. It's the boss of the coffee bar. In her bar, you can drink coffee and eat dim sum, and to learn to the pressed flower. All the products made. It's a sample, and you can buy it, and also you can learn how to make it. It's a famous coffee shop. So last, how to learn pressed flower. When you look at all the pictures, how to learn it. First one is pressing more materials. You must have the materials that you can create. Another one, you should learn knowledge of related some disciplines. So you should know all the knowledge from the related disciplines to visit various art exhibitions, practicing and creating more. It's a production process. First one is how to make it. First one is plant flower, pick flowers, decomposing flower, press flower, design, create, and mount. So you should use the pressed flower tools. It's not too many tools to make the first one scissors, tweezers, art knife, absorbent paper. Another you should buy it is a matrix for embossing. You should use the white latex. This is microwave pressed plant. It's a dry plate. It's micro plate and dry plate. So how to preserve the flowers? Use some professional bags in some sealed, dried, and away from the light. It can preserve it for a long time. If you have these materials, how to design it? Here you can, it's edited by me. We also have other courses or excellent video open class of Ministry of Education. You can learn it from this website. Another one is called National First Class Online Open Courses of the Ministry of Education. The course name is Pressed Flower Arts, Discovering the Beauty of Plants. You can use this website to learn the pressed flower. This is the website of smart trees. Yesterday, there are 201 universities use this platform as a compulsory courses. In different platforms also have the different pressed flowers course. More than 60,000 students use these courses. Art comes from life. Every bit of life will be the source of our pressed flower works. There is no lack of beauty in life. You can find the beauty of your life, maybe the wild grass, the wild flowers. To discover the beauty of plants, to take your time to appreciate, you will find the original life is so beautiful. Appreciate pressed flowers. Thank you. That's all. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you so much.
Muchísimas gracias, profesora Chen, por esta muy interesante presentación. Es muy interesante ver cómo las flores, también que son parte de la vida, desde esta vista de la naturaleza, pueden convertirse en estas obras de arte maravillosas. Agradecemos a la profesora Chen, por la presentación y les recordamos a todos que nos vemos mañana en la misma hora. Les va a llegar un recordatorio a su correo electrónico para otra interesante sesión de idioma y cultura agrícola china. 非常感谢老师. Nos vemos mañana. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Buenas noches para América Latina y buenos días para quienes nos acompañan desde China. 再见，明天见。
拜拜。
拜拜。